I'm now by the riverside in Asakusa. This is where the kids in Sarazanmai would have been playing soccer, and you can see that it's an area that's very quiet, so it's naturally an area where the kids could come to play soccer. Down here, it's just a few minutes from Kaminarimon, an extremely tourist-heavy area, in fact the main draw in Asakusa. So if you do want to get away from the crowd, just take a short walk. You're down by the riverside and you can chill out as much as you want. Now while we're down here, let's talk about another anime that I wanted to review this week, that being Kaguya-sama Kokurasitai Season 2, aka Kaguya-sama Love is War, or Kaguya-sama Wants to be Confessed to Season 2. My opinion is largely unchanged from Season 1. This is an excellent show, double plus overall, and I can distinctly point out which kinds of skits I think are really triple plus level, some of the best stuff you're going to see in romantic comedies and anime, and some of the other stuff that is still very good, don't get me wrong, but when you have triple plus material in the show, literally anything else brings down the average, even if it's also good or even excellent. So let's talk about that just a little bit. My favorite thing to see in the show is the two main characters going at it, that being the student council president and the student council vice president, Shirogane and Kaguya-sama. When those two are having the proverbial battle of wits with each other, the show is really at its peak. When those two are escalating against each other, trying to one-up each other, trying to force the other into a corner, that is when the show is amazing. And unfortunately, that pace is extremely hard to keep up. That kind of material is extremely hard to write. So the show often has to supplement that with things that are also very good, but just not top tier. So what you're often going to have, especially in Season 2, which, like I said, in the first season, the very early episodes, it was all double-sided escalation, but it's calmed down a bit since then, thrown in some of the other stuff. You'll have one-sided escalation where one of those two characters is really going to pull out all the stops and try to seduce the other character, and the other one, for some reason, is not working, or they have some of their own personal circumstances that keep them from being responsive when they otherwise might be. So that kind of thing, it's still very good, don't get me wrong, but it's not top tier. Also, you're going to have a lot of character development or dramatic things, especially towards the end of Season 1, and a lot of that in Season 2. A lot of character backstories, some new characters being introduced. I do like the side characters. I know some people love the side characters a lot more than me. Everyone's fetishizing the maid, everyone loves the pink-haired girl. They're cool, don't get me wrong, but when I'm coming to see this show, when I'm coming to see Kaguya-sama Kokurasitai, I want to see the two main characters going at it, and anything else is to some degree superfluous. So the side characters, their character development, their drama, their contributions to the show, they're all perfectly interesting, and I do like what they've done with those characters, but at the end of the day, what I want to see is the president and the vice president trapped in a shed. I want to see those two escalating against each other as hard as they possibly can and failing for some reason or another. That is when the show is really top tier. So great show, great season. I do want to continue watching it. I might sound like I'm complaining, but I really do love the show. And next time, I'm really looking forward to Season 3. I'm sure there will be one.